Known for her comfortable contemporary designs with a twist, I sat down with Anna Correa to talk art and how you can create a unique design scheme at your home. Anna, our feature house had a custom artwork that captured the colors of the surrounding landscape. It was absolutely awesome. The thing is, art plays such a pivotal role in our homes, yet so many of us are skeptical as to where to start.
The whole thing with art is that I find it's incredibly personal, and you shouldn't just buy art for the sake of buying something to put on your wall. If you're going to buy it, you must make sure it's something that you absolutely love and that you can relate to. And if you're really unsure about what type of art to purchase, I highly recommend investing in an art curator. They are really fantastic. They'll come meet with you, they will come look at the home space and guide you through the process to select art that's actually more suited to you and your personality.
Anna, we tasked you with designing a scheme around one of your favorite art pieces. What did you choose and what do you love most about it?
I actually decided to go with a print that I brought back from one of my travels when I was in Spain. I went to the Picasso Museum, and this is actually a print by an artist called Jackson Pollock. It's energy made visible. I love it so much because I love the movement in it. I love all the colors. The colors relate very much to me and my personality. I love working with the basis of a black and white scheme and then being able to layer the scheme with like different pops of color. So it's definitely one of my favorite prints.
So for anyone who has a cherished piece of artwork like you do, how would you suggest that they incorporate it into their homes?
So I think firstly, most importantly, they must decide where in the home they would like to hang this art piece. Okay. And then, you know, what type of space is that room going to be used for? Is it going to be a living room? Is it going to be a dining room? And then what I would do is I would just work with a neutral base and layer it with colors that actually come from that painting, so that you're not fighting with the painting, but then the painting actually speaks for itself in the space.
Oh, so is that why you often see artwork displayed on a neutral wall or even a white wall?
Yes, absolutely, because I think especially with contemporary art, you kind of want the art to like pop out from the wall and to the room as well, where I think where sometimes if you have like a really like classical art piece and it might come across a little bit more severe, it will be more suited to a wall that's maybe got like a darker neutral tone, like a dark gray, and that would actually complement that type of artwork. But for contemporary, I always recommend going with a white or a soft neutral gray.
Well, Anna, I see a plethora of materials and textiles in front of us here. Tell me exactly what is going on here and how does one incorporate this into an interior scheme?
So what I thought I would do was actually bring, different types of interior finishes and soft furnishings that one could use to complement a contemporary art piece. So the pieces that I have selected, I feel are more suited to my artwork that I'm showing today, because this is a contemporary piece for me. So I've decided to go with contemporary finishes and beautiful pops of color.
Wonderful.
So I think to start from the bottom, I love using engineered wooden floors as hardwood flooring. I think it's really stunning. It's a classic look and it's timeless, so it's definitely not something that you would get bored with over time. And then in terms of paint finishes, again, a neutral base. I love working with like the soft neutrals of the grays and the whites for the walls. And then just to add like a little bit of kick to the interior finishes, I always think it's awesome to use mirror because it just adds such a dimension and depth to a space. Especially if you work with mirror that has an antique finish. It really just makes a beautiful statement in a room. And then, you know, when it comes to the interior decorating of a space, again, I'm a big lover of wallpaper. I love working with textured wallpapers. The more texture, the better for me. And I love working with black as well. I think it's actually a perfect neutral color to add to a space. And then when we start going onto the soft finishes, in general, as it's just like a basic rule and guideline I do for myself, I love to work with like the neutral colors, but then I would mix it up with different textures. So we'll have like a tweed and maybe a bit of velvet and a chenille fabric. And then I start layering the space with the pops of color, for instance, that I would take from this art piece. So here I've got some like really cool, like geometric cut velvets. And those who don't want to go so bold, you can go for something a little bit more pushed and laid back. And I love linens, but I love working with linens that have pops of color. So it kind of gives like that really cool, like contemporary edge to a space. And then also leather. Leather is also great to use, very durable. It also adds a beautiful classic dimension. In terms of window treatments, I'm not one for heavy draping and heavy curtaining. For me, the lighter, the better. Less is more. So I love working with just sheer curtains. And finally, when it comes to, you know, doing like the bits and bobs of small accessory pieces and furniture, you know, you can bring in different elements of woods. You can work with your dark woods, and you can work with your natural oaks. Beautiful to work with the Emperador, the emerald green marble, as well as the Calacatta. And then brass has also become a very popular finish at the moment. And lastly, the final thing for pulling a room together is a beautiful rug. It just absolutely anchors any room together. So I've gone and chosen a beautiful hand-woven boucle rug.
So Anna, I think the moral of the story is don't incorporate all of this at the same time, but choose your hero pieces here and there, right?
Absolutely. And I think also make very good choices when it comes to your interior finishes. Because these are, they're pretty much to stay. You can't easily just change them over time. But if you choose a few bits of accessory colors, like when it comes to your cushions, that's something you can change at any time. Let's say, for instance, you get bored of that color or pattern.
That's it